Breaker, breaker, this is Whiskey Alpha Romeo calling out for anyone else who might be out there. Maybe my mistake this whole time was not staying in the Northeast. Everything is so close here. And now that I know why, or at least I have an idea why certain people are here and others aren't, it stands to reason that most of the people who'd be in this place would be in the Northeast. That's where most of my life was centered, and well, I guess there's no point in using any call sign or code name anymore. If I have other enemies out there besides Junior, well, I'm not sure who they'd be, and I'm not sure how it gets worse. So. Breaker, breaker, Channel 19, this is Abby Rogers driving through New England looking for other survivors. Maybe it's strange to use that word. What did we survive? The last 7 years living on our own, I guess. Survivors of my mistake. In any case, I'm zigzagging as I move up north just to be safe. And I'm going to be on this channel all day on the off chance I come to someone's radius. A long shot, I know, but I've been feeling more optimistic lately. It's odd, isn't it? Not too long ago, I came face to face with a man who wanted to kill me, and then one of my mysterious fair-weather friends tried to repeat that particularly unpleasant encounter. By all accounts, I should be feeling the most downtrodden and scared that I felt since I got arrested. But finding an old friend, someone I truly never thought I would see again, it's like air in my lungs. Despite being alone, Donnie really is so much the same person he was when we first met. It's like a warm cup of coffee talking to him, hearing his ridiculous stories, being teased by him. It's been easy to fall back into the regular patterns. The other day, I said he thought I was softer than I was, but what he actually said was, "You seem sadder than you were, Abby." Which I guess I can't fault him for noticing. Even with how happy I was to see him, there's still this cloud. I don't know if I realized how much it had sunk into who I am. You know? Loneliness isn't new for me. Hardship, fear. Well, there have been new kinds of challenges these last 7 years. The fundamentals of who I am haven't encountered anything they can't bear. I have been missing people more than I thought I would. As in, if you told me a decade ago that I'd be stuck in a place without strangers, a place where I just had to focus on living, and I could technically do whatever I want, I'm not sure I would have seen that as a bad deal. But the reality, well, being with Don is just put into stark focus just how much I miss talking to people. Being in New York reminded me just how much I loved getting lost in a crowd. So there was bound to be some change in demeanor. I think that's pretty normal. I have no idea how Donnie was able to stay sane by himself all these years, how he was able to stay so much the same. I think being around Harry has been making me sad for a really long time. It's a funny thing that when I first told Donnie that that's where I've been, that Harry and I have been hiding out, he made a joke that I'd won the top prize in this shitty world. That he often felt like locking the two of us in a room until we could work things out. And I had no idea that our dynamic was so apparent to other people. But according to him, it was a point of discussion amongst the other three, which is absolutely mortifying and also strangely validating. So he was plenty happy for me that I'd finally been given the time and space to knock down whatever wall was holding us back. And he couldn't comprehend why, over 6 years, we never managed to do it. And of course, I can't really tell him why, can I? I didn't understand why myself until the months before I left, didn't understand why Harry kept herself at arm's length. I took her coldness for disinterest, not guilt. So I just told Donnie that we're both too stubborn to make the first step. After all, that's not exactly wrong. I don't know. Maybe it'll be different this time. Maybe now that everything's out in the open, now that we know why we're here, that it was my fault, now that we've got a little bit of the gang back together. And I'm not saying I'm over it. I'm not saying that forgiveness is that easy, but maybe we can move forward. Either way, I don't feel sad anymore, not like I have been. The loneliness that I felt with Harry that got worse these past months as I've driven all around this country, that was at its most engulfing when I found Leanne. It's like that weight has been lifted off of me. Moving forward shouldn't be so hard now that I'm not dragging it.